Fast forward to the incident that led to today's gathering. On the 11th of December 2024 at about 4 p.m., I was on my TikTok live canvassing on the efficacy of video evidence and credible witness accounts in order to get undiluted justice for Mohbad, and how I will always hold my end of the bargain with any of the neighbors or persons who offer to help with the CCTV in both Mohbad's house and his estate. I emphasized on the importance of these two if Mohbad will get justice and will get it the right way, even though the coroner inquest, which is ongoing, will be an additional use and a vital instrument. I reminded my viewers of my previous fact-finding mission when I went to Royal Pine Estate, Mohbad's estate. On my fact-finding, I went to Pyramid Hospital, I visited the pharmacy and several other places. At about 4:23 p.m., Adura aloba, Mohbad's younger brother, had sent me a DM after listening to me for a while and reacting in the comment section. When he realized I may not see.
It's not Adura aloba, sir.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay.
Please.
Don't worry. Let me finish my speech. Let me finish my speech. I have to continue my speech. Mommy Adura, if we can love his brother, we have to love him. So we are together. Nothing will happen to him. Trust me. I will always hold my end of it. Okay, at about 4:23 p.m., I have to take you guys back so that you can be up to speed. Adura Aloba's younger brother has sent me a DM after listening to me for a while and reacting in the comment section. When he realized I may not see the DM on time, he wrote to the comment section asking that I check my DM. And lo and behold, he offered to give me a video recording of a fight that is sealed between the late singer Mohbad and his wife Cynthia. He demanded for 3 million naira. He went further to convince me by narrating how the violence between his brother and his wife resulted in Mohbad falling off the stairs and hitting his head to the floor. Something that can equally be linked to the bent neck in the casket, so much blood some few people found in the house after the singer had passed. The conversation went on for a while, with me playing along. I demanded to see at least a proof of a video existed, and he requested for my email and shared a 3 seconds partly censored image to me. When I downloaded, I previewed, and there was a violent argument in the video in the background. I probed further for longer and uncensored images, and the negotiation got stuck at that point. The following morning, I immediately informed the Deputy Commissioner of Police heading the State Criminal Investigating Department, that is DCP Lati, that is the main segment of the Lagos State Police Command, saddled with the ongoing homicide investigation. And I also reached out to the PRO of the Lagos State Police Command, Mr. Benjamin Hundeyin, and I sent the images to both of them. And in the course of our interfacing, the DCP acknowledged and then obliged me to come in with a petition to that effect, and which I sent in and he acknowledged. While I was expecting positive feedback on the news, on the new leads from Banti, the next phone call invitation I received was from a police officer with the name Shedrack Enabo. He introduced himself as the investigating officer, that is the IPO, CP Special Squad, that is Commissioner of Police Special Squad 1. He reliably informed me on a case of impersonation brought to the attention of the Commissioner of Police by Adura aloba, and that I should come so that he can intimate me of their findings and progress. I quickly reminded him of my earlier petition to this, on the same matter to the state CID of the State Command. Of course, as a gallant of justice fighter, I had the appointment and I went straight to the CP's Special Squad 1. I attended the Special Squad 1. I met with the deceased father, Mr. Joseph Aloba, his lawyer, and one Mr. Ayepareti. They were waiting there to also to see what was going on. The officer in charge briefed me and shared some detailed efforts. I commended them for the proactive approach and prompt public service delivery. I only noticed from his response and remarks that the case was not harmonized because it's the same state police command and it is the same command that is dealing with MOHBAD'S case. So I was expecting that the case would have been harmonized. And when I did see that, I said, okay, fine, no problem. I only noticed from his response and remarks that the case was not harmonized and there is no interest by this team to investigate the confession or extract from the 30 seconds video. At that point, they made me understand that their investigation detected it was not Adura, aloba, that was chatting with me and made those confessions, but one Habib Damola Ainde, another close associate of the late MOHBAD, who was equally present in the house when MOHBAD died, and he even joined them in taking MOHBAD to the hospital, that is Kuramed Hospital and Perez. Okay, I said, okay, that's fine, that's a new angle. I requested to see the alleged impersonator, that is that Damola Ainde, for clarity, and it was brought out from his cell. I asked him if he was the one shutting me up, and he answered yes. I asked him of the video, if the video was from the fight in MOHBAD'S house. He said yes, that it was a fight between Mumi and another member of MOHBAD'S crew. I said, really? And then I probed him further on how he had access to Adura's phone, and particularly his TikTok account. And at this point, the police interjected. They spoke for the Damola, and then the police answered for him. They said Adura sold his iPhone to the Damola in November, but Adura forgot to log out of his TikTok account. And that was how Damola had the opportunity to access his TikTok and shut me up. I said, oh, beautiful. And I told Damola to his face. That, you know what, young man, I do not believe you. I said it to him in front of the police, and in front of Damola, I said, I do not believe your story, and I will never believe it. It's not correlated. And I said to him immediately, I said, okay. I asked the officer in charge, this Damola Inde, does he have access to a lawyer? And he replied, no. But that they have given him a form to fill so that he can have access to Office of a Public Defender. As you are all aware, Lagos State government will always give you opportunity. If you don't have money, if you look at your income, if it is not reasonable, if it's not up to par, they can't charge you to court without a lawyer. It's your right. You must stand firm and say, you know what, I need a lawyer. So if you don't have one, if you don't have money, Office of a Public Defender, they are there to help you. So you do that. So, and I asked Damola to contact me through his family if he needs the help of a lawyer, that my foundation, my Human Rights Foundation, Break the Silence Foundation, we will be able to assist him with a lawyer. That everybody deserves to be heard, everybody deserves fair and right to solicitor. So now let me take you guys to back to memory lane. If we go by the accounts of the police on how MOHBAD died, it means all the people in the house, all those present in the house, they all knew. If you all could go back to memory lane, they said a nurse came in because he had an injury to his hand. Probably he was bleeding, had pain, and I'm like, I don't know how it's still going to be possible for somebody to bleed from on the 10th of September till the 12th. And then they said a nurse who was outside Nigeria came in, despite the fact that there is a hospital 4 minutes very close to his house. There is a pharmacy like 40 seconds to his house. I said, okay, when you look at all that, with the whole story that they said, that the nurse came in, injected him, and then he went into an anaphylactic reaction, and then something happened, they rushed him to the hospital, he passed, he was brought in dead. Certainly, that is not a natural death. For that reason, it is expected that all those, that is why at the end of the day, if we go by the police account on how Mohbad died, it means all the people in the house present knew it was not a natural death, but refused to report to the police. It is a law. Any death must be reported to the police. Nobody can just die in the house and then you take the person for burial. The police, they've got right to know and ascertain, okay, it is a natural death or natural one. If they are reported to the police and give the same account, the police would of course want to investigate. But of course, all the people in the house, they refuse to tell the police, and that is a cause for concern. And then it was when the public noticed Mohbad's bent neck, it was at the point of interment. That was when the public demanded discreet investigation, as we all suspected foul play. At the end of the day, it is pointing to a murder that occurred within these 16 people or thereabouts, and it was a joint decision to cover it up and sweep it under the carpet by members of the family and a few police officers. Some persons have been bragging online since that nothing can be done, and we, of course, we are seeing traces that nothing can be done. So the question is this: is there truly some powerful people bigger than the constitution of the land that want to coerce the Nigerian police to sweep such a blatant and heinous crime as murder under the carpet, despite a series of overwhelming evidence available? Something is fishy. And then some of this evidence came to light naturally, like the message I received, like the short video. I don't know Mohbad's house, I've not been to his house. I don't control Adura's handle. So whoever controlled it, it's a natural occurrence. And that is where the police will have to understand that this is the path that they must follow. And then, when you look at all this evidence that came to light, you know, but now we're looking like they are deliberately trying to ignore, you know, this issue and this particular lead. And that is why they want to probably give the killer of Mohbad the leeway to walk free. And we, as a society, we're not going to be accepting that. It's our duty, it's our civic social responsibility to stand firm and care for the next person. It's our duty. So the question is, will injustice continue to have a price in Nigeria? The question is, again, is why do you give birth to children when you know what you are going through now? The burden of injustice, burden of corruption, you know, children unsafe. You are not doing anything to make it better, to alleviate it. And you're giving birth to children. You're going to be lifting the same thing to your children after you're gone. And that is why you ask yourself, who is trying to perpetually soil the integrity of the Nigerian police in dirty mud? Whose conscience has been bought? These are priceless questions. And of course, to what benefit will covering such a high-profile murder case have on the country the safety of lives and justice system? What will Nigeria suffer? What will happen to Nigeria if they try to say, okay, you know, it's quite appalling. And quite sadly, that the following key persons, Cynthia Yomi aloba, Damola Inde Abib, Adura aloba, Darosha, that is Mohbad's uncle, who by law and standard policing should be key suspects in this homicide case, were never treated as one. Police officer confirmed to me that they were not treated as suspects. As a matter of fact, they were treated as victims, and they were just coming to write, oh, this is what happened, this is what happened. No, that's not the law. If I was there when my son died, I am under the law, I am a suspect. Especially when there are serious circumstances that is making looking like something has happened. My child has no right to life. So if it's my wife, if it's the mother of a child, it is the law. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. We don't know why that is. No pre-arrest. They were shielded by God knows who. But as God would have it, the voluntary confessional statement via TikTok came from the same camp. There is definitely the hand of God and the grace in Mohbad's case. And these signs are there. We cannot assume a 26 years old a young boy. We cannot assume him when he's meant to be having eternal rest for want of trying to bring light to what took his life. The millions of Nigerians cannot be so wrong to know that something is fishy. We all know something happened to him before he died. And if we as a society assume such a person, how can we as a society, out of sheer hypocrisy, fear, then want to return him back to the same Mother Earth? We cannot return him back to that same soil with darkness and lies. Our children will pay. Those are the reasons why you see some terrible sicknesses that we cannot explain. And that is why we that are alive, we need to play a part. We need to stand up and stand up for what is right. And then, after showing you all the series of evidence and leads that can help narrow down the cause of death, likely murderers and accomplices, which I'm not sure are available or passed to the police or deliberately ignored up until now, we want to humbly request as follows. That the Nigerian police, as a matter of urgency, invite Adura, aloba, and Cynthia Yomi, aloba, MOHBAD'S wife, for thorough investigation. And of course, they should be arrested and placed as suspects in the ongoing homicide case. And any other that surfaces or traverses through their investigation. That Mrs. Folashade, MOHBAD'S auntie, that is a younger sister, should be invited to corroborate a statement of seeing a blanket soaked with blood when she accompanied her sister into MOHBAD'S house. There is no way MOHBAD will bleed. He can't bleed from 10th to 12th. And that's caught. It's unacceptable. If we accept this, you are practically saying if the same thing should happen to you, to your son, to your daughter, that is the way Nigerian society should treat them. We have to stand up. It's our business. It's your duty to stand up and stand firmly so that we can all change the narratives and make this country better. If we do nothing, the country cannot improve. And then number 3, I'm going to be calling on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's a father. I've been to him severally. One-on-one, he has been of help. I know he's a proper Democrat. I'm calling on the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Fabiyi Sanwo-Olu. I voted for him first and second time. And that means I want his government to do well. And that means if I see something wrong, I also have a right to express myself. And I'm going to be calling on the Inspector General of Police. I want to believe he's going to be a parent now and not a police officer. And do the due diligence and restore trust and the integrity of the Nigerian police. If we fix Nigerian police first, if we can fix it, trust me, this country will get better. Nigerian police connects to all the facets of human life. Whether you're a pagan, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a visitor, you're a resident, you're an indigent, you're a trader, you need the Nigerian police. And we almost understand that it is our property. We cannot allow criminal elements to mess up with the integrity of the Nigerian police. It is your duty to do something to make sure it is restored. And there are so brilliant, honest, forthright Nigerian police officers who respect the uniform and the flag. This flag means a whole lot to them. And that is why you and I need to stand up, support those kind of police officers, and ensure that we bring to closure this MOHBAD'S case. And of course, we're going to be asking that if the Lagos State Police Command, in 7 days, refuse to do the needful on the 3 seconds video and confession sent to me, of course, and then try to retrieve the source of that video, because as we speak, the police, they've not actually recovered the video. We don't know where it is, and I'm not going to be engaging in jungle justice or putting laws into my hands to extract the video. It is the police that would have to do it, and they should find the source of the 3-second video and explain to us in honesty the full details of the video, maybe, which is looking likely that that is where the truth and justice for MOHBAD lies. And everybody that needs to be protected, if Adura aloba needs to be protected, I am calling on the police to give him proper protection. If anything happens to him, we will know who we're going to take. And of course, that the new main suspect to be charged to court at worst before the end of the first quarter. We want a fair trial, and this case must not be swept under the carpet. We as a human rights organization, I don't love to protest. Though part of our training and understanding is that protest is the language of the oppressed. And of course, when we have the wrong people in government, they will wait until the people protest before they respond. But I want to believe this is a very sane and democratic government. The leader of this country, I've been following him since 1999, when I was PA to Honorable MOHBAD'S at the Lagos State House of Assembly, and he's been a very fantastic supporter to the Nigerian movie industry. I know how much he loved Baba Suwe, who was my boss of blessed memory. So Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a genuine leader and a parent. He cares so much. And he cannot look at us and continue to see us every day. TikTokers, people sit every day, buy data because they want closure. Because the picture of how Mohbad died and how he was buried does not represent you and I.
Hold on. Nígbà tí mo wá sí command, were you there? So, àlàyé tó ṣe ṣe fún mi tẹ́lẹ̀. Ṣe fún mi please, ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Ní command ìgbà tó kọ́ mi lọ sí command. Were you there? Ṣé àjọ wà bẹ́ẹ̀? Good. Now, number one. So, Kelly, we're going to go to the LKG Bema. Check what I mean. Yeah, you know, they have to understand me. And the most important thing is that when I saw the message, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I have no animosity against you, and I will never plan any way against you. I would think probably you want to help your brother. I am the victim here. I can say, so I get paid, if you made a mistake and they use it to hurt me, come back to me and allow me. Which is concerned. I'm going to be coming for you. However, the police command. Police will investigate. For me, from the old explanation, please. The old explanation from the police. I respect the police. And now, mommy, ọlọ́pàá orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, ó yẹ kó káràmásìkì anything tó bá rí tó bá jọmọ́ pé tó gbẹ̀mí Mohbad ni. Ṣé o tó kọjá débi kan ni nígbà tí ọlọ́pàá wá sọ fún mi pé ohun tó wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn yẹn o mẹ́sẹ̀gì tó sọ pé mo máa lè ṣe kú àti fídíò yẹn kò kọ́ àwọn ọlọ́wọ́ tí ẹ̀ lọ sílẹ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n òdẹ̀fẹ́ lọ́bẹ̀ mo wá wọ́n gbé ok èmi ò lè pàṣẹ fọlọ́pàá ṣẹ́gẹ̀tì ni ok mi ìlẹ̀ lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kí ni fẹ́ ṣe lọ ọ̀gá tó gbéṣẹ́ fáwọn commissioner of police ní káwọn bá lọ sílẹ̀ rárá nítorí káwọn fèsì ni ẹni tó bẹ́ẹ̀ bí shark káwọn kọ́ sọ fún mi pé kò ń ṣe àdúrà ìyẹn nìkan lẹ́ṣẹ̀ pè mí. When I left Abeokuta, mo gbé ọmọ mi dání sọ́wọ́. Ọmọ tó wà lọ́dún she is meant to be enjoying himself. Mo láti stress ọmọ ẹwà. And then we got there, ẹwà ní ẹ̀fẹ́ lọ́bẹ̀ yẹn. Mọ́mí, tó bá jẹ́ pé ń wá justice fún Mohbad, ẹ̀fẹ́ mọ ikú tó pọ̀ mọ́ yín. Tí irú message yẹn wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ anybody. Tọ́lọ́pàá wa ẹwà débẹ̀ fẹ́ expect kó sọ fún yín pé fídíò yẹn àwọn rí. Nǹkan báyìí ni o. Ọmọ náà wò tí ẹ̀fẹ́ lọ́bẹ̀ rárá. Ọlọ́pàá ni o. Now, tẹ́ bá jẹ́ yìí ni, tẹ́ ń wá justice fún Mohbad. Tọ́lọ́pàá láwọn ò fẹ́ lọ́bẹ̀ yẹn. Emi o wa particular about ẹni tó kọ. I'm particular about the content of the DM and the video. Emi o ní pẹ́ kọ́ lọ monitor nípa ẹ kọ̀ sọ fún monitor yẹn nínú iPhone ni. Mọ́mí ẹ bá jẹ́ àtọ̀rọ̀ wa o. Whether old phone Adura ni o whether new one. Ó jẹ́ ìlú lọ iCloud. Video tá a sọ yẹn kọ́ tó blow ẹ̀ ó ṣe blow ẹ̀ bàtú fẹ́ sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí mi ni. Àti 3 seconds tó fi kíní bòdì ẹ̀yẹn ọlọ́pàá fẹ́ rí.
Àti tó ní jèrè ó jẹ́ kó
so
ọmọ àgbé òun
ẹ wá rí pé
ó fẹ́ kọ́ sọmọ iléeṣẹ́.
ẹ̀dá tó bá jẹ́ pé Dàmọ́lá yẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé Dàmọ́lá yẹn ló wá ṣiṣẹ́ burúkú yẹn ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ mi ni wọ́n máa ma blame mi torí ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ mi.
a máa blame yìí ní bí ṣe pé ọlọ́pàá ẹ̀sán ọlọ́pàá ti pé àwọn
ẹgbẹ́ òní ìgbà tọ́lọ́pàá yẹn Dàmọ́lá tẹ̀ sọ yẹn.
nígbà tí mo bá ti sínú ọgbà rẹ̀
Dàmọ́lá yẹn ti lọ sí not guilty. Dàmọ́lá yẹn yóò wò jẹ́ pípẹ́ lọ́pàá mọ́ òun nígbà. Yes. Ẹ wà wíyà náà.
Ṣé kí àpàyà lọ sí kóòtù? Ọlọ́pàá ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀lé Dàmọ́lá lẹ́yìn. Kí ló tó fi parọ́ wọn? Ẹ máa gbọ́ o. Lọ́yà ẹ̀gbọ́n máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Lọ́yà sọ fún wípé tọ́jú pé kó má bàa ṣe ní ìbílẹ̀ yìí lọ́dún kan kó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
The full video, Adura, it's very low. Hold on, guys, mommy, ọmọ yìí ní pé video yẹn wà lọ́wọ́ ó ní àbí full video. Ó wà lórí cell phone yẹn, so they will get it I can say the full video. You are here with me. What I would expect, if people should be seen, what you would have done for me is, I bought this is the full video. I will wear a full. Come on, me. I will change my word. You should go here. Now is that thank you. Want to continue? Everybody, let's continue. Questions and answers. She wants. We have a program that we're following. Everybody will have a chance to ask questions. So please allow this. We are all civil. We are all decent human beings. Okay? Don't mess it up. No one knows tomorrow. Okay. The play you were not seeing. Okay, now let's go. The full one is Adura said the full video is in the other is there. They'll play this video again. It was covers. That's what they said to me. You understand? So the full video is what we asked the police to extract. Adura now confirmed that it's in the phone with Damola that is sold. But the fact remains that either phones, his fingerprint is on it. He owns the phone. Oh no, choose last man delete it because we really bad book here according to what he said. That's fair. You don't trust you. Now video, but no important. And if he ọlọ́pàá sọ pé àwọn ò lọ bẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ló máa mú jáde èmi ò lè mú dàbọ̀ láti mú pápá. Òun náà ló bí kọ́ọ̀tù tó lówó jẹ̀bi pé ọlọ́pàá kọ́ mọ́ wọn. Ṣọ́ọ́tì yẹn kọ́ mọ́ sọ Dàbọ́lá yẹn ni ẹgbẹ́ bọ́ mọ́mì Dàbọ́lá tó lọ sí kọ́ọ̀tù àti ìpínlẹ̀ kọ́ọ̀tù tó sọ pé òótọ́ lòun ṣe tó dé kọ́ọ̀tù tó lówó jẹ̀bi pé ọlọ́pàá mọ́ wọn òun fẹ́ ṣẹjọ́. So that is the point and that is his right. That is also right. They will go. I'm going to be there on the 29th. The case has just begun.
Ṣùgbọ́n ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Ṣé nínú nǹkan tí ìwà fi ṣe kó máa fi òtítọ́ àti òdodo ṣe? Ṣé ọ̀pẹ bímọ? Ẹ̀yin náà lè fi dábì. Ẹ̀yin náà dẹ̀ bímọ. Àdúrà náà lè lélẹ̀. Ṣé ọ̀pẹ kan tẹ ló kú? Kò ń ṣe ọmọ tí wọn ló kú. Ọmọ tí tèmi ló kú. Ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo tẹ́ bá ti ń ṣe láyé ẹ máa fi ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ṣe o. Torí gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí gbogbo ẹ̀dá ni o. Tí ó bá fi ìtọ́ Ọlọ́run ṣe. Tó bá ṣe pé mi náà wá parọ́, báwo ni mi ṣe máa parọ́ tí màá mọ ikú tó pa ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wẹ̀rẹ̀.
Mọ́mí, èmi ò rí ẹrí.